This is how we do it.
This is
Sha la 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 la. We're very expressive with our hands. Um,
very. We'd be awful at
yeah.
sign language, I'm
No, we'd
assuming.
be great. We'd be great
Would
at
we?
sign language.
Or
Yeah.
we have like a stuttering issue where they're like, because we're just like going too fast. And it's like, dude, you're talking too fast. This is too much. Boo-doo, boo, boo, boo-doo, boo, boo, boo-doo, boo, boo, boo.
Nope. No.
Nothing?
You hear mine?
Dang.
Oh, mine.
No. All I see is this. Like you're playing the smallest violin
Smile, smile. I was just gonna say that. The smallest violin.
or you're brushing ash off of your fingertips or incense.
Incense? When are you brushing incense, Ash? What are you
In
doing in your
case.
seances or like
Do you
your
ever
freaking
hold incense, like the things and they start burning up and you get a little bit of the charcoal and you get them on your finger, you're like, "Oof, get off me. Oof." It's that. Oof, oof,
how often are you
oof.
holding incense to it's burning down so much? What do you do in your spare time? Are you like
O
conjuring up demons
only when I do that every 3rd Saturday of the month,
at 3 in the morning?
7 PM on the NOS channel.
Oh. Hey, I mean, I would not be opposed to doing some sort of post situation seance, NOS live stream.
I kinda think we should now. I'm
I
not even
kinda think we
kidding. That
should.
actually sounds kinda cool, and I'm on board.
I'm not kidding either, and I wanna do it even though I've watched the movie Host, which is essentially what they do, the seance
Yeah.
on the Zoom call, and things don't go well. We'll be fine. We're
It's more a
baptized.
suggestion than anything. We're fine. Yeah, I'm baptized too. We're good. I've had first communion.
Me too. We'll start throwing this up and we'll be okay.
Just gotta dust off the old, the old, cross. Let's go. Get the
Like
rosaries.
this.
See? And
Dust
then
off
we'll
our
all be
our
doing
rosaries,
it. That's how you do it.
cleaning our little rosary beads, saying our Hail Marys,
One by
and
one.
getting our incense and, like, wiping it. If any of you would like to see a NOS, seance live, I mean, I mean, there's
Yeah.
no editing. Just, leave a comment and let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, let's do it. Just don't tell us not to. That's all I say. Just don't tell us not to.
From movies to video games, welcome back to Marie Plays It All. Today's episode is Late to the Game with my co-host, B-Pain.
Deep pain.
Yeah, you know what? I purposely am stopping because 'cause I'm waiting for the impression because I know it's coming,
And
and
it came
I
immediately on late to the game.
perfect. So, yeah, this is when my co-host, D-Pain, forces me to watch movies that I embarrassingly popular movies that I
Yes.
embarrassingly have not seen. But today, the tables shall be turned, and I am the captain now.
Oh, no, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Oh, yeah, you did. Be afraid, Danielle. We're gonna do this every now and then where, I have all the power and I get to, quiz you, and we'll see just, how extensive your knowledge of movies actually is. Yeah,
Okay.
so Daniel usually is the one who forces me to watch movies that I
Yes.
embarrassingly have seen. We realized that I've watched, like, a lot less movies than most humans maybe have?
Most people that don't do seances.
Oh.
Yes. So, where usually I would ask a series of questions, but in this case,
Hmm.
Marie's gonna ask me a series of questions before I've ever seen the movie. And then we're gonna find out, am I gonna play it back or will I rage quit?
Oh, yeah, okay, well, my hopes for you playing any of these back nah.
Oh, damn. I give her heavyweights, and in retaliation, she gives me horrible ones.
No, I don't see to me, they're not horrible. The 2 that I have in the bank already, I love. So but do I think you're gonna
Okay.
love it? Probably not.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess that they're both found footage movies.
You're wrong.
Oh, okay. All right. I like this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go today.
Mm. I'm hoping you have not seen this movie. I hope you don't know anything about this movie.
Okay.
Okay, let me know if you do.
And you're looking right
Okay.
at me, huh, to see what my facial reaction is.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, "Ooh." So the movie is Drum roll, please.
Brrrr.
Moonstruck.
Okay. 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 I think I know if it's the right one. Is it the one with never seen it? Is it the one with Bruce Willis?
Beautiful.
It is?
Beautiful.
No?
Maybe. It might.
Or is that because it's based off the TV show, right? Is it this one?
Oh, okay.
No?
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, well, this here we go, here we go. Let me just ask you
No,
then.
no, no,
Daniel,
no. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
exactly, how does it feel?
Moonstruck.
Does this
Okay.
feel
I
to
feel
be
like a fucking idiot, Marie. I feel like a
no,
goober. I feel like a goober. Like the candies that you buy when you go inside the movie theater and you see the goobers that are sitting there, but nobody actually buys them. And they just get hard and you gotta end up tossing them out. That's what I feel like. The piece of
yeah,
candy is
it
just
doesn't
sitting there.
doesn't feel great, does it, Daniel?
No,
It
it
doesn't
doesn't.
feel
I feel like a goober.
not just wait. You'll start making up stuff and it will all be awesome. Okay,
You
you ready
say.
for your quiz? Hot shot?
Yes.
Pop pop.
Pop, pop.
Daniel, what's the movie about?
Moonstruck is about Bruce Willis when he is struck by a moon. Moonbeam stuck in his hair. So, he's always somebody that's like, he never really likes the dark. He's like a daytime person. He wakes up super early. He has his normal routine where he wakes up at like 5 in the morning. No, he wakes up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. He's usually out of his house by 5 in the morning. He's a very daytime person. Works very long days. He loves working out in the sun until he has insomnia. He can't go to sleep. And then these moonbeams are just striking through his house, go through the window, and now it just completely changes his lifestyle because now he becomes a night owl. But then he suffers from insomnia and he starts suffering from split personalities because he doesn't get enough sleep. That's what the
Okay.
movie's about. You're welcome,
Oh,
world.
yeah. Okay, this is another NOS production in the future. We be writing movies, Daniel. We're writing movies. The
Pop,
ideas that
pop,
come
can't
out.
stop.
Okay, so first, that was lovely. Off the cuff.
Yes.
That was great. I would watch that. I mean, maybe this is it. Maybe this is what it is. I think. Okay. Moonstruck originally had a different title. What was the original title and why did they change it?
Moon landing. That's
Mm,
originally what it was called because it was going to be
mhm.
about aliens that were going to land on here, but instead they wanted to. But it was the power of the moon that encapsulated this guy and just like changed his internal being of who he was. So it's more of a metamorphosis of human beings rather than aliens coming over here to rescue humans. Obviously,
I mean, it makes sense, Bruce Willis with like aliens, like this is all coming because it's then
Armageddon.
we had like Fifth Element vibes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Or again, Fifth Element. Sure. A hybrid of both.
It's a trilogy.
Um
This is the first one that came out.
this movie is influenced by a famous opera, which even makes an appearance in this movie. What is the name of that opera?
Phantom of the Opera is the
Oh,
only
okay.
opera that I know of. It's the only opera that comes to mind. So it's the Phantom of the Opera because it also explains the character wears a mask on half of his face, right?
Oh,
The
right. Yeah.
duality of the day and the moon and the
Ooh,
sun.
the yin and the yang. Okay.
There you
Mhm.
go. There you go. Multiple personalities.
Okay, so aliens are supposed to be moon
It was
landing
supposed to
and
be, but now it's not. Now it's about a guy suffering from insomnia with multiple personalities.
because of the moon beam, the moon getting struck by the moon beams.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
And then Phantom of the Opera comes into play, and because so is he the
It's
star in Phantom of the Opera? Is he the Phantom?
no, he plays the Phantom as one of his personalities. It's one of his
Oh,
character. Yeah. It's one of his
yeah. Okay, here we
personalities.
go.
There we go. It's representing
Okay.
the internal as well as the external struggle between him trying to grasp control. Control. Like what you're doing to me today on this episode. Control.
No, I still feel like you're in control of everything because like you're saying shit. I'm like, really? Then what happened? Then what?
And then what?
Ronnie's character has a prosthetic body part.
Balls.
Which body which body part is it, and how did he lose said body part?
Left testicle and it was in a swimming pool accident. You know those little suctors, those those things in the pool that filters out and cleans the pool. let's just say little Ronnie got a little curious. Cue an embarrassing situation, a la There's Something About Mary. People had to come in and do it. Poor Ronnie lost a testicle, and because of that, he's actually a smaller framed individual man now because he didn't quite have the right testosterone to grow to the himself. So he's actually like a 4'9" person in this movie.
Is this Bruce Willis's character, or is this a different little Ronnie you're talking about?
This
Someone
is a
else.
different Ronnie. This is somebody else.
Okay, wait, here's a little bonus question for that then.
Okay.
What is a prosthetic part made out of?
Have you seen those rocks, that like they look like a rock on the outside, but when you crack them open, they're like beautiful on the inside and they look like crystals?
Yeah.
It's one of
That,
those.
that, that- wow. I mean, that's worth losing a ball over.
I would think so. It kind of glows out of the skin too at night. It looks like a moonbeam coming out of his pants.
Is it a moon rock?
Yeah, you could say that.
I like it.
They don't directly say that, but it's implied that it's a moon rock.
Oh, okay. This well-known director's parents make a small cameo appearance in this movie.
What's the question? Who's the
What
director or
is
who
the
are the parents?
yeah, who's the director? Who's the director?
Ben Stiller, because both of his parents act.
Okay. Ah. Oh.
Hmm. And they both appeared in Zoolander together.
That's good. Very good. Maybe correct guess. What does the moon symbolize in this movie?
It symbolizes change and the need to change. So whereas this guy was stuck in his rut of living his mundane life, the moon complicated in a way that helped him evolve and change, much like a moon does, right? It has different phases, different faces. This guy has different faces, different personalities. Boom, there it is. Write me out a check, Hollywood. You're welcome.
It's just that I want to do a standing ovation right now because I'm like, how are you? It's so clear and obvious that you're like a writer because you just like think of stuff. How do you? I mean, this should always be the show because the stuff you come up with
No,
is
yours are
really
funny. The whole
so
clothesline one,
brilliant.
that was a great. That was a great. Your whole
As
heavyweights
with
pitch was way better than the actual movie.
Tiny Tim, Tiny Tim, that was
Tiptoe
his
through
name.
the meadow.
I'm just gonna mention that in every episode from now on just to hear you do that.
Yes. Have you heard that? You've heard that song, right? It's so creepy.
Yes, isn't it in It's in the one, not Sinister. It's in the
Insidious?
yes, thank you.
Yes,
And
it
then
was.
she sees that little guy
Yep.
in the house.
That's Ronnie. Little Ronnie running around Insidious. It's a shared universe. That means James Wan
Oh my
produced
god.
this.
Is it the Conjuring universe? Is this in a Conjuring
Yes, it
universe?
is. Apparently it is. Yeah.
Really?
See?
The Phantom of the Opera? Okay. What did Ronnie say to Loretta to make her slap him twice in the face?
Okay, well, first of all, Loretta's played by Loretta Devine. I don't know if you know what actress that is, but like she talks like that. And this is Loretta Devine. So he made fun of her by the way that she talks. So she slapped the shit out of him from this way to Sunday. That's what she said when she
Mm.
slapped him twice. Once, and then back, and he turned back around, backhanded.
That would make me slap somebody too if they made fun of the way I talk.
Yeah. No one's ever done that.
Sort
Even when
of.
you say John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. In certain scenes in this movie, the characters follow an Italian wives' tale of dropping this in their champagne before drinking it for this reason. What do they drop in their champagne and why before they drink it?
Mushroom.
Okay. Let's just tie
Because
them
of
all. It's all
Super
tied together.
Mario. We just referenced it, but you kind of gave it away right now, as we started talking about John Leguizamo, but it's a mushroom because you said it's an Italian. What'd you say? Italian folk tale?
Wives' tale. Wives' tale.
Wives' tale?
Old wives' tale.
Mario Brothers.
Hmm.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You do it, and like powers you up a little bit, right? It's sort of works like a energy drink. Kind of gets you going and fills you juiced up a little bit. Not high, but gets you kind
Yeah.
of like a little meaty, a little
Yeah.
a little
A
spazzy.
little meaty.
Mushroom my champagne, baby. That's how we do it.
What
Make
kind
sure
of
you
what
use
kind
the
of mushroom
brown
do you?
ones, not the white ones.
Okay. Just gonna ask, which one am I gonna use? He's just
Already
right
know.
there, man. Right. Cher plays two versions of her character in this movie. Which
So there is
version of
multiple
her
personality. Okay.
which version of her character did she prefer playing?
The
Cher.
slutty one. Because it was a lot more
Duh.
like her own personal self. So she
Mm,
kind of
oh,
dressed a
okay. Shots
little bit
fired.
like herself. Yeah, like she showed up in just fishnet outfit only, nothing else. And the director had to tell her to tone it down a little bit. But this is how her character is. So, you know, you just kind of had to. They had to shoot her in different ways where they didn't show nipple or other crevices that they weren't supposed to show to keep it PG-13 rated.
You just walked onto set and they're like, Cher, this is not a turn back time music video. You need to take off the fishnet, like unitard.
You already
Come
know.
on.
Come
I
on.
already know.
Yeah, it was
Jeez.
just
Okay,
Wednesday at
so
9:30 in the morning.
yeah, just walking around with that one little thing. It's like leaving nothing to
That was
imagination. It's
it.
like, oh, front wedgie. A front wedgie's happening. So the slutty version.
Yeah, exactly.
Which super popular actor?
Okay.
Super popular right now. So hot right now.
Right now, or
States
right now then?
right now.
Okay,
States that this is one of his favorite
easy.
Nicolas Cage movies.
Nicolas Cage movies. Jason Momoa.
No. Okay.
Jason
Is he
Momoa
hot
said
right
it.
now? Okay.
I guess. I mean, you want somebody hotter?
No, I just meant like hot topic.
Oh, yeah, I'll go Jason Momoa. He's
Okay.
newly single, I think. Girls dig him. He's
Yeah.
Drago in Game of Thrones, Aquaman. Sure.
So, how do you feel about watching Moonstruck now?
It sounds amazing. I think I'm gonna love it. The fact that James Wan produced the shit out of this movie, like, wow. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how big and deep this mythology goes, how much Bruce Willis really taps into this character and shows his range of these different 28 characters that he plays in this movie.
28.
One of them is Nick Cage.
Yep.
So let's see it. Cher apparently plays in this. Little Ronnie. Little Ronnie steals the show. Everybody knows Little
Oh
Ronnie.
yeah, it's all about Lil Ronnie.
Oh, Little Ronnie.
And his missing ball.
And his moonbeam testicle.
We'll see how if Daniel is pleasantly surprised with this movie or highly disappointed. Are we gonna go watch it right now?
Let's go.
So I thought that since, we always try to like sit in a chair or do something silly, and this is called Moonstruck, I think you should moon your camera, and that's how we should pop back in.
Yeah, I would never. That's devastating. It would bring great shame
Devastating.
to my family.
What would your mom say?
We could do like a moon waning,
Is a
a moon
waning and
waning.
waxing moon?
There you
Okay.
go. Who's waxing and who's waning?
Are we waxing and waning?
Yes, we're waxing and we're waning.
Wax on, wane off?
Wax on, wax off,
Wane off. Wane off.
wane off. It's funnier when it doesn't work out right.
It never will.
No, until the very last episode of Late to the Game.
We got our tiny violins back for Moonstruck with deboned steak.
Debone steak. Debone steak. How do you like it? Rare? Like a medium?
Yes, medium.
Medium too, yeah. Not never well done. Ugh, that ain't a steak at that point. That's jerky. And we're back to Moonstruck.
Okay, so I forced Daniel to watch the movie Moonstruck, and I have low expectations for what he's going to feel about it. But also,
Why?
why? I just feel like you're not gonna like Cher's performance in this movie. I don't know why. I just had a feeling. I have feelings. I don't know. I have a feeling. Okay, I feel that you might not have liked this movie, but we're gonna find out together. We'll
Okay.
find out at the end when Daniel tells me if he's gonna rage quit it or play it back.
Sounds good.
Here we go. Let's just jump right in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Daniel, what's the movie about? What is Moonstruck about?
It's about a bookkeeper that's trying to find love. So she's engaged to one man and falls in love with his brother.
Mhm.
And she tries to balance the relationship and she wants to go back to the one that she's engaged with. Doesn't work out, and she ends up engaged with the brother.
I mean, I would say it's also like the term, the what is that saying? Terms and turmoil, something in turmoil.
Turmoil
What is it?
between her parents
No,
or
just
just
like
turmoil?
Just love in general and like
Oh
relationships.
yeah. Yeah, because you see that with her parents, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
they're both having their little affairs, and then you see it with her, but you don't really see it with anybody else, right? It's just those 3 relationships, essentially,
Mhm.
or 2
Mhm.
relationships, I guess.
Okay, good.
Sorry wasn't enough for you.
Yeah, get deep, Daniel. God,
Damn,
dig a little deeper,
I'm
D-bone.
trying.
Just
Deepo.
kidding. The movie is influenced by a famous opera and it makes an appearance in this movie. What's the opera? Do you know?
Damn, I saw them watching it, but I don't remember what the name of the opera was. What is it?
It's Puccini's La Bohème. La Bohème.
Yes, Puccini's
And
La Bohème. Okay,
that opera score was supposed to be at the beginning opening credits of the movie, and it was during like test screening, but
and then?
the director said that it looked like people were feeling uncomfortable and like moving all weird in their seats, so
Why?
they changed it I don't know, but they changed it to That's Amore by Dean Martin.
Yeah. See, that's
Makes
Amore is so typical and cliche. I wish they would have went with that because the whole point of what you want to do is you want to get audience reaction. So if you're getting an audience reaction, they're squirming. That's interesting. So like I would have left it. That's the artistic. That's what you went for. Stick to what you're art. Go with what the project and the craft is telling you what it needs. You should have stuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I guess they wanted to appeal to a wider audience with something more popular, something that has the word moon in the title, and because it was based on an Italian family, they wanted to be like, let's cliche it up.
There you go. Give them some
And
spaghetti and meatballs.
okay, Moonstruck originally had a different title. What was the original and why did they change it?
That I don't know. That's a trivia question.
Okay. I mean, I did my homework with the last episode and I actually looked stuff up, but okay.
Okay, they give me the answer, so it looks like I did that.
No,
See,
I'll
but
just
that's
tell
the
you.
difference. I don't remember what the questions were after we recorded this. I didn't know what to look
True.
for.
True. Okay. Okay, you definitely get a pass. Okay, so it was
Yeah, you just got
originally
moonstruck. Pa!
Moonstruck. Ah,
You got moonstruck.
the original
Next.
the original title, wait, was called The Bride and the Wolf
The wolf. Why the wolf?
because she kept saying to him, "You know what you are? You're a wolf." And you had your foot stuck in the trap, and then you had to gnaw it off so you'd be free.
Oh,
Remember? Nah, you don't remember.
yeah.
She always says, you're a wolf, you're a wolf."
Yeah.
To anyways, and they changed it because they thought it sounded like a horror movie.
It was a more interesting title.
People would think it was a horror movie, especially around that time. There was like some
Yeah.
wolf movies coming out around then.
American Werewolf in London.
There you go.
Whapa! Wish I did make you watch on the very first episode of Late to the Game. Second episode.
Second, yeah, I'm like, wait, second episode. Ronnie's character has a prosthetic body part. What was it? How do you lose it?
His hand.
How do you lose it? Do you
I thought
remember?
of a very dirty. It was with his ex-wife, right? Didn't he get stuck like in a car or something like that, or no? Her husband died by a car, right? Got ran over. Her
Wow.
ex. Somebody died by a car. Something with a car, or is he a mechanic?
No. Holy crap.
I'll do a better job writing notes next time.
I
I don't
you know
remember what the questions were. That's the
I will
problem.
send okay, you know, I should have sent you the questions. Okay. I should have sent you the questions. This is so funny. Okay, no. So remember it's Nicolas Cage's character. He's
Yeah,
really mad at his brother, and he's mad at his brother because his brother came in to talk to him one time when he was working with the bread and the slicer, and his brother distracted him, so his hand got caught in the slicer, and then his hand got all mangled, and because his hand was mangled, his fiance left him for
left
another man.
him. Yes, I remember that. Now that happens to that happens to the best of us, getting our hands mangled in a cutter.
I also asked you, okay, this originally you said was a ball, someone's testicle
One's
who got
testicle.
stuck.
Hmm.
One's testicle who got stuck in like the little
The
thing in a
section of a
pool.
pool. Yep.
Yes. And then I asked
Mine's
you what it
cooler.
was. Yours is well, yeah. Yours is
Yeah.
cooler.
And it was a moon
Uh,
rock. It was one of those little rocks you crack open and it has the thing and it shines. I'm just gonna go on a ledge here and say my movie sounds a lot cooler than this one. I'm just gonna say it.
sometimes we do make up yours. Yeah, your movie was amazing. And like my movie for heavyweights was more amazing. Sometimes it's just
Yes, it
gonna happen.
was.
But what was his hand made of? Do you remember that part at least?
Wood? Was it wood?
Yeah. Yeah.
He had a wooden hand. Obviously, he didn't
Yes,
have the
he did.
best, he didn't have the best in medical insurance, so he basically found it at a mannequin and just took it. That's what it
Mhm.
looked like.
Well, he worked at a bakery, so I can't see it. But somehow he can afford to bring her to the opera. Anyway.
Well, he coulda went to
Oh,
JC Penney and just took it off of a mannequin, the hand, and just
that's probably
plopped it on.
that's probably what he did. I think it's what
Yeah.
it looked like. Okay, so this was a funny question for me to ask you on purpose
Okay.
for reasons. What well-known director's parents make a small cameo appearance in this movie? And just I know you don't know this, but think about why I would ask you which famous director's parent.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Who were his parents?
They're buying something out of the store that her auntie and uncle no, wait. They're buying something out of a store, they're customers in the store, and they, like, whatever, they're there for, like, 3 seconds and left.
Mm,
But you gotta say it the way I say it.
Martin Scorsese. Is that how you say it? Scorsese?
Martin Scorsese. I couldn't get
Scasey.
it out.
Yeah, but you also kept saying it in multiple different versions. You didn't keep saying it the same consistent way, so that's why you're saying, "How do I say it?" I'm like, "You said it 8 different ways. Which one do you want me to say? Number 4?"
Okay, what does the moon symbolize in this movie?
Love,
Shit.
connection,
I'm taking my
hope.
hair out. They always see the moon,
Yeah,
full moon,
it's always
during
a full
scenes.
moon, even though it's, terribly inaccurate because a full moon doesn't stay a full moon for that long, but it stays a full moon for the entire duration of the movie, which was probably took place in a couple week span, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I noticed that too. But it they notice it when the characters are undergoing some sort of, like,
Transformation.
transformation or, like, they're
Mhm.
evolving or something. So
But I said
that's
love
why
because it usually always dealt with love when they went through some kind of transformation in love, so that's why
it
it's
did.
uh, it's love.
Such
You were
a
ready to laugh at me
easy
too. You were like,
answer.
"This guy is so easy. This guy's so stupid."
Well, duh.
That's the answer.
Well, yeah, 'cause it says, yeah, "The notion of being moonstruck is crazed, afflicted by the influence of the moon, so romantically smitten that you are unable to act or think rationally." So, yeah.
Them's the rules. I didn't make it up.
What did Ronnie say to Loretta to make her slap him twice in the face?
Oh, he loves her?
Yeah. Remember, she's like, "Snap out of it!"
Yeah. See? You thought I was gonna get that wrong, didn't you? I only got 1 wrong so far of all these questions, and you're calling me a dumbass. Dumbass.
Stupid idiot.
Dumas.
In certain scenes in this movie, the characters follow an Italian wives' tale of dropping this in their champagne before drinking it for this reason. Do you notice that?
They were doing what you said? They were dropping something in their champagne before they drank it?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 scenes in this movie where they drop something in their champagne before they drink it, and I
Wow.
asked you what was it and why. This is something you'd have to look up, but also I just wanted to know what you were gonna say
Yeah.
in your
It was some kind of
description 'cause
fruit. Is that right? Is that a fruit?
no.
It wasn't a fruit? I have
Mm-mm.
no idea then. What is it? Ice?
So no, but that'd be smart. No, it's a sugar cube. And there's a
Mm.
reason why so, like, it's an Italian wives' tale, that the devil never wants to see you happy. So, since champagne makes you happy, for some reason, they think dropping a sugar cube in it keeps the devil away. But to me, I'd be like, "Wouldn't that be enticing?" I'd be like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
happiness and sweetness? Let's go.
That's what I'm
Now
saying.
it's a
That's make me
party."
double double happy.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
I knew you wouldn't know some of these. I just really wanted to hear how you were gonna explain it in your excellent movie that you made up on the spot so quick. So quick made that movie up, just, like, so quickly. Cher plays 2 versions of her character in this movie. Which version of her character does she prefer playing?
She preferred playing the bookkeeper one, the nerdy one.
Nerdy.
She
Yeah,
was, right?
yeah, you thought she'd prefer to be the slutty one with her,
Nope.
unitard,
You know why
her
I'm saying no? Is because she was already shared doing that for the music video, so this is a stretch for her, made her do something different.
Yep,
See?
that's
I've seen
exactly.
this movie.
She said, "I much prefer playing the before than the after, and
Yeah.
the freedom's not interesting to me because that's something I know usually, yet I don't think of her as being constrained exactly. My idea was to play her more as bossy and controlled, which she's not used to." I already told you this after we stopped recording because I wanted to share it with you. I was too excited. But which super popular actor states that this is one of his favorite Nicolas Cage movies?
Oh, Pedro Pascal.
Mhm.
Literally forgot for a second.
And he says it in the unbearable
Unbearable weight of massive talent.
way of massive talent. And then, but that's true though. It's also true, which he mentions in his episode of Hot Ones that he loves Moonstruck in his top three. Okay, so tell me your thoughts now. I want to know. Tell me you thought of
Okay,
Moonstruck.
so I know that she win an Oscar for this role? She did, right?
Mhm. So
And
did
it
her mom
did it
in it.
okay, did, which she looks a lot like. Like, they
Yes.
look yeah, the side profile, I was like, "Oh my god, look dead on." Now, did it win Best Picture? Was it nominated for Best Picture?
I think it was the one for best screenplay.
Is that what it was? Okay. So I get the mystique behind it. I understand why a lot of people liked it. Cher did a good job in it. Nicolas Cage did a good job in it. I don't understand necessarily the hype that it got. So,
Mhm.
because it got a lot of hype, and I remember hearing about it. So once I saw it, I was like, okay, this is the movie that it was. Yeah, I was getting it confused with was it Honeymooners? With
Yeah, the show Honeymooners. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but then they had a movie of it or something. I thought no, 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 because he immediately went and did Die Hard, and then it took off. So yeah, he didn't do a movie, but yeah, so I got it confused. Once I realized it was Moonstruck, I was like, oh, okay, I remember this one with Nick Cage. I've never seen it. First time I saw it, a lot of cheesiness to it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. You
it
can be
exists.
mean about it. I don't think like to me it's not one of my like favorite. We call it a
Yeah.
rom-com, and I don't find it a comedy at all, but it's not one of my favorites.
Well, it is because there's certain moments. Like, do you remember at the very end when they have the brother there and he's like, and he's watching as soon as he proposes, all of a sudden, well, you're family now. And he's like, oh. And then the scene where they're at the restaurant, she's like, what? You're not gonna get on your knees? And he gets on his knees and
Mm,
he kind of drags himself over. So I see the somewhat of the comedy elements and stuff to it. Nicolas Cage he had the one scene where he was so like when she first meets him and he's so over the top. That's the Nicolas Cage we know. The rest of it was very subdued Nicolas Cage. And it was like, ugh, that's not my favorite version of him, obviously. But he had to start off somewhere. Cher's okay in it. I
yeah.
get what she's doing, her acting's not the best.
Mm,
Um, the mom, I actually liked her mom in it. The mom was in it pretty well. The dad was just kind of like a throwaway character to me. Like he didn't really do enough. You know what I mean? I wasn't invested enough in his storyline that much. And then
yeah.
you kind of see that her and the dad, their relationship seemed a little more interesting to me. I don't understand why she was engaged to the man in the beginning. Was it just to get married? And then the fact
Mm,
that she clearly liked Nicolas Cage and they had a fling, I don't understand why she was still sticking with being engaged to that guy when I saw no reason why. So that part seemed a little unbelievable to me because it didn't seem like it would have been one thing if they had more history. It just seemed more of a convenience that they were engaged. And then the
mm,
fact that she kept stubbornly clinging to that and ignoring Nick Cage when it was so obvious the impact that he had on her, I wasn't buying the fact that she'd still be clinging to the brother and not him. You know what I'm saying? It's like Nick Cage was everything she was missing in her life. It had the passion. It had this. He wasn't enough of a screw up in order to justify why he seemed like such a bad choice for her. That's where I was like, I'm not seeing why she doesn't just cut the brother and go with this other brother. Like, it makes no sense to me. So that's why at the end, when it was like, well, I'm not gonna, marry you. And even the guy coming in and saying, well, I'm not gonna be the one to marry you, she never even made the choice. The brother made the choice. So I think in a way it kind of lessened her power in this movie in a certain way, where it seemed like she was
mm,
still probably gonna end up marrying the brother after all,
mm.
and not Nicolas Cage. And I just didn't really like that character choice. I didn't like that. She didn't take control of her own life. So at the beginning of the movie, if she had control over her own life and she felt so controlled and tight, and she's supposed to be free at the end, but then she seemed like she didn't, that old side didn't come out. And it seemed like as soon as she got her hair done, all of a sudden her personality completely changed. And that's where I kind of had the issue where it was like, it was supposed to be, if you're one way and now you're this way, you're supposed to have a merging of the two at the end. That's the best growth he would have had. And in this movie, she never had that. Once she changed her hair, she was that same character the rest of the way, and the old her never came out. because the moral of the story should be you are who you are. You're supposed to loosen up and not take yourself too seriously, but you're also not supposed to deny who you originally are. And it seemed like in the new version, she was just kind of going with the flow. And the guy said no, and she was kind of fighting it a little bit. And the other one just immediately proposed, which was a funny scene, but I feel like it kind of cut the legs under her character a little bit and kind of made her feel like a submissive.
Yeah. Okay, so you
So
were
you
kind of
don't
right. You
agree?
No, 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 you are, I do agree, especially with the last bit that you said, but either you're right, there is a car accident in a sense. So she was married before. We didn't see
Yeah.
that, but she was married before her husband
Hmm.
died, got hit by a bus, okay?
Yeah.
So but she loved her husband, and it hurt so bad, she didn't want to love again, right? Because it hurts too
Yeah.
much. And that was a lot of the theme in the movie was like, "Well, do you love him?" And when her mom asked, like, "Do you love him?" And she was like, "No." She's like, "Good." And then, when she's with Nicolas Cage and the mom's like, "Do you love him?" And she goes, "Oh, I love him something awful." And she's like, "Oh, well, that's not because it's gonna hurt more if it ends, right?" So I don't know, Catholic Italian family, she wants to get married. She's old. She was like, what? Not old, but like she's like 36 or something in the movie. She wanted to just be married and be a wife. And she didn't love this guy. So it's almost like safer. And then when she met Nicolas Cage, fell in love with him like instantly. That's why she did her hair and stuff like that. It was like, cause that her being with him made her feel like her old self again before her first husband.
But she didn't choose love at the end.
Right. So I guess that's like the battle between what do I do? Like this moral obligation that I have to get
Yeah.
married that I said I do. We made vows. We not vows, but like we promised each other this. Or do I go for love? What do I do? So it was kind of like I wish she would have made that choice. You're right. Then like her relying on the brother saying, I'm not going to marry you. And her being like, oh, okay, good. Now I can be with your brother. Because you're right. It kind of was like
Felt convenient.
easy, easy way out and convenient and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah.
because if I like that quandary of a character, I like that dilemma of okay, choosing safe and I don't want to love, but I just want to get married and all this stuff and like the comfort of it versus the love and getting hurt again. But that I felt like that wasn't echoed enough. They kind of did a little bit in the beginning, and then you see her just kind of trying to push him off a little bit.
Hmm.
But if it would have kind of kept getting repeated, at least in conversation with friends, with her mom, if you would see it weighing on her conscience more, I felt like it
Hmm.
would have had a deeper impact on it, and that's why I say I understand, I get the movie, I understand why people gravitated towards it, but
Hmm.
I think it could have been so much deeper because you dealt with the real thing and they kinda kept it too surface level and too comedy, very
Hmm.
safe. They coulda went really deeper with it, and if that movie would have come out, like, in a more of a current state, I feel like it would have been way more dramatic and it would have been a way
Oh
deeper
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it would have been I also would have liked it better if there was more fight for from either of them to, like, be together, and she wasn't so, "Well, no, the right thing to do. I'm engaged, just marry your brother." Like, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
and he was like, "Well, no." He's like and he Nick Cage was just so confident. He's like, "Well, no, like, we're gonna get married."
Yeah,
But there wasn't enough yeah.
yeah,
Especially from
yeah,
her, like, I didn't want her to don't make the right decision. Don't make the right decision, make the right decision. I wanted her to do it. But yeah,
which
I know.
means you should have saw more conflict. You should have seen conflict between her brain versus her heart. In our conversations, we love rom-coms, right? I like good
Mhm,
rom-coms. I don't like bad rom-coms, so I don't watch all rom-coms. I don't go out of my way to see it, but when I like the ones that I do, I love them because they get it so well because I love the human psyche and human emotions. I love the idea of separating logic versus your emotions because it always feels like they're conflicting a lot in certain elements, right? With certain things in your life. And with this one, they didn't it felt like they went too comedic with it and it was too surface level. And it seemed like Nicolas Cage got the memo of how deep and passionate it should have been. And then she
mhm,
almost, again, like I say, kind of played how the directing was. And it's almost like she got how the director wanted it. Nicolas Cage
mhm.
did his thing. And that's kind of where I felt like it kind of felt a little bit to me.
That's where I think having the name The Bride and the Wolf would have been better because he was straight passion. He was straight animalistic instinct, straight passion, and she was like the devout gonna be bride, whatever, and she was straight logic. She was using like
Yeah.
straight and like the two of them together, but then it's like I wanted to see Well, I never wanna see more logic being played by him. The passion was fine. But her, yeah, we should have seen more
Yeah.
passion.
Good.
So, yeah, so you gonna play back or no?
Um, Probably not. I think I'm gonna rage quit this one. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a bad movie, but it didn't do enough for me to wanna go back and watch it necessarily. It was good. It was fine. It wasn't like a terrible movie. It was good. I understand why people may love it. I just didn't get enough out of it to make me say that a second viewing is gonna give me anything new. So if I wanna watch rom-com stuff, I'm gonna go to one of more damaged characters because that's what she is. She's a damaged character.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is a damaged character. I'd rather watch a project where I see more of the damage
Mhm.
than surface level. Because when you watch surface level drama, you get surface level content. And that's why with this one, it's like, okay, if I really want to go into something that has more dramatic stuff to it, I want to feel it. I want to feel the pain. I didn't
Mhm.
feel the pain from these ones. It felt like they said it. You kinda had a certain look or two when they were, first together, sitting down and eating. You see it, but I didn't really feel it. So,
Yeah. So, but what if your mom wanted to watch it with you? Then would you play it back?
yes, and what's funny is after I saw this, I text messaged my mom and I said, "What do you think of Moonstruck?" She goes, "You know what?" She goes, "I saw it once a while ago." She goes, and I was like, "And what was your answer? How did you feel?" She goes, "I thought it was okay." She goes, "I thought it was meh." She goes, "It was good." She goes, "But I didn't get the hype." She goes, "How'd you feel?" I said, "The exact same way." She goes,
Mhm.
"That's why you're my son." And I was like, "Hey." So I was like, she's like, "Why? Should I go back and rewatch it?" I said, "Not really.
No, no,
It's cool,
just
but no, I'm good.
just
I'm
watch our
good."
episode and then you'll get the fill.
Yeah, then you'll get the feel.
The reason why I chose Moonstruck is strictly because that's one of my favorite Nicolas Cage performances, and when I go back and watch Moonstruck, I the only scenes I want to see is all the scenes where he is using his passion and being so passionate about her and about love and everything. Those are the only scenes I really wanna see. I don't care about the dad having the affair. I don't care about the mom having dinner with that dude from Frasier. That part, I'm just like, I don't care about that. But
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of the crazy, passionate love, "I don't care what you say, we're gonna be together" stuff. I wanted more of
Yes.
that.
But anytime you
Yeah.
get that, you need to get it from her as well, and that's where the
Yes.
problem that I had is I didn't see it from her at all. Even if it's a huge
Mhm.
resistant and I don't want to, and you see him slowly breaking her down, I didn't see that. That's why I'm like, "No, I'm good." Yeah, like, if I want crazy passion Nick Cage, I could watch Face Off. His scene with the peaches. Come on.
But I just wanted to force you to watch it.
There you
And I'm
go.
glad I did.
Good. I was moonstruck.
With your little violins.
Good.
Okay, well, that got very in-depth, and this is what you're gonna get when it's my turn to ask Daniel questions about movies, is very in-depth answers.
I feel like I went too
With
deep. I
no,
feel like I
man,
completely changed the tone of our show, and I realized that halfway when I was explaining it. But it was raw
what
emotion,
did
first time I've seen it. Yeah.
and what did you say? You said that you should what do you say about Cher? She just should have been like who she is, and she should this is who you are, Daniel. You're passionate about film. Let it
That's
out.
true. Can't stop, won't stop.
Thank you for watching another episode of Marie Plays It All. This was Late to the Game with Deboned Steak watching Moonstruck.
Whoop.
You can find more of our content on our YouTube channel, Not a Strong Start. And you can find us on IG and Twitter at Not a Strong Start. And you can follow me on IG at Marie Plays It All.
And you can find Debone Steak at king_sangre.
You know what? I always say never stop playing, but you know what? You take it. You take it. You take this one. What should we do?
Never stop watching.
And if there's a full moon, make sure you watch that because you never know what kind of transformation will happen within.
Correct. And always propose on your knees with a ring.
And always drop a sugar cube into your champagne, or else the devil gonna get you.
Dun, 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 dun.